We just got the 11 o'clock advisory, and despite the eye wall being right on the coast here of Cuba, Hurricane Hunter aircraft found those high winds and it has been classified back once again to a Category 5 hurricane. And you can see how far it is away from Miami already, those outer rain bands affecting the southern tip of Florida. And I point this out because the path at this point really doesn't make a lot of difference, because look at the size of this hurricane, nearly 550 miles across, whereas the widest part of the Florida Peninsula is 139 miles. So even if the storm is just here on the western coast of Florida, you still have 300 miles of storm on the east side. So again, this is a large storm. So even if the track shifts just a little bit west, at this point, it really doesn't matter. Again, here you can see that close-up view, and notice the eye is starting to shrink. That's not because it's weakening or getting closer to land. That's because that eye wall is tightening up. It went through an eye wall replacement cycle, and now those winds are up to 160 miles per hour with gusts to 195. The storm right now 300 miles south-southeast of Miami, Florida. That forecast track tomorrow evening, 8 p.m., 155-mile-per-hour winds could possibly strengthen a little bit more here. Some of the waters in the Florida Straits are around 90 degrees, so there is that small window where we could see it strengthen. Either way, a Category 5 is 157, so 2 miles per hour really doesn't make that much difference, so don't focus on whether it's a 4 or 5. But notice by Sunday morning, coming ashore right along the Florida Keys and then working its way north Sunday 8 p.m. south of Tampa, slowly working its way up the east coast of Florida, and then finally starting to weaken once it gets over land. But this could be a big storm all the way up the Florida Peninsula and even into southern Georgia by Monday evening. Still winds of 60 miles per hour. Eventually, the storm starts to weaken and fall apart here across south central Tennessee into Tuesday and Wednesday. Still, as the storm comes on shore and those rain bands extend out, we could see a few scattered showers and maybe a few thunderstorms here during the day on Tuesday. So our local effects, winds, fairly minor, shouldn't expect very much, although we could see some gusty winds and some thunderstorms. Flooding from rainfall, again, not expected to be an issue. Slight chance anytime you have a landfalling hurricane that you could talk about the possibility of tornadoes. We are looking at higher than normal tides, minor to moderate tidal flooding. We were going to have that anyway with these northeasterly winds through Sunday. This might exacerbate it just a little bit. Similar flooding to what we saw a couple weeks ago with that coastal low.